You were only factory direct to big institutions until one of the sales guys who used your product said, hey, you know, you guys need to advertise with Genesis, so we're glad you're going directly to the consumer. Now, tell folks about your soap line, your real organic soap line, California Organic Certification, the highest standard.
4 basic products that will do 200 jobs: bath soap, hair soap, dish soap, and laundry soap. And each one of those products are interchangeable, and they could do your all-purpose cleaning, doing your sweater wash, doing your floor cleaner, doing your window cleaner, all the cleaning things you need. We send you a book of instructions, data bulletins we call them, that not only tell you what the products are, but all the different uses of the products. Nothing like it in the country. There's nowhere, no how, that you could buy a year's supply for under $3 a week, or a 3-year supply for under $2.50 a week, or a 4 to 5 year supply, looking back, going forward to the future, for under $2 a week for everything: bath soap, hair soap, dish soap, laundry soap.
Now compare that to what the toxic chemical stuff they call soap at the store cost.
Unfortunately, the store soap costs are costing you right now, and I've got variable statistical evidence to prove that an average family of 4 is spending, if they're spending, and this is a low number, $100 a week for all their steaks and fruits and vegetables and cleaners. Around out of that 100, $20 of that is going for cleaning chemicals. And that we're knocking that $20 down to $2 to $3. That's over 85% savings, and getting something twice as good as what you're using now and getting now.
Well, I mean, it's all triple concentrate, but it's not even twice as good. When you walk through the chemical aisle, you know, the cleaning aisle, your eyes water, you feel sick, you get a headache. At least,
no, you need a respirator when you go through there.
Well, I remember ever since I was a child following along behind my mother, begging her to go to the toy aisle to buy me a bouncing ball or a cap gun, you know, just like, Mom, let's get out of this aisle. It's making my eyes water. Who doesn't remember that? Instead, you get stuff with, you know, cherry essence, almond essence, all of this, your bar soap. We have them around the office and just smell them. It's just that smell is just, it just smells like food. You just want to eat it. Marty, give folks the toll-free number and tell them how to call to get a free brochure or to get the sampler tote bag.
1-800-340-7091. That's 1-800-340-7091. Or see us on the web, 5starsoap.com. 5 the number or 5 the letter, makes no difference. We'll send you a free catalog, give you all this information. We have a special on a 1-month supply that'll last a family of 4, anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, of the 4 basic soaps: bath soap, hair soap, dish soap, laundry soap, for you to use. And it's not for a day or a week, but for a month or 2, and you'll get used to buying something and getting something that's 2 to 3 times better than what you're getting now.
Yeah, folks, you know, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Take the challenge. Call and purchase the sampler tote bag. Tell them how much it is and how they get it.
$20, a phone call. We ship it by United Parcel. The cost depends on your zip code, because we don't know where you are.
Sure, we understand. So tell folks the number.
1-800-340-7091. We got a whole family waiting here for your call. Where are you? We're talking about satisfaction guaranteed, or double your dirt bag.
And the website is 5starsoap.com. The number one more time, Marty.
800-340-7091. We're here for you. We'll help you. We'll encourage you. We'll clean you. And this is called bailout to you. We're going to bail you out from the junk science you're getting now. We're going to give you asset relief program.
Marty,
a financial rescue plan.
Marty,
these are stimulus packages.
Give us a limerick. Marty, give me a limerick.
I'm ready. He hated to sew. So young Ned rang the bell of his neighbor instead. But her husband said, "Vi, when you stitched his torn fly, there was no need to bite off the thread."
Amazing, my friend. Well, I want to get you back up instead of every 2 months. I want to get you back up next week because it's been a while to specifically compare the ingredients in your products, to, specifically as you've done years ago on the show, to what is in detergent and other chemicals. So let's do that next week. Marty, we'll talk to you soon.
I look forward to it, and I'm very excited, and I very, very much appreciate your endorsing.
We appreciate you. Well, why wouldn't I endorse it? Literally, the sales manager at Genesis like 5 years ago sends me a year's supply free from Marty. And I just forget about it. I'm not dealing with soap. My wife's already buying organic stuff, mainly at the store. She's like, what is this a year later when it ran out? I want more of this. And I went, yeah, it does smell good. And then I found out about it and went and got Marty as a sponsor myself. So that's how that happened. I want to get back into Barack Obama here before we have guests in studio next hour. But before I do that, I was noticing here in front of me, I hadn't seen this article yet. CFR boss Richard Haass on Colbert. Now, earlier in the hour, I was talking about how he said in the article that they wrote, that Paul Watson wrote a story about last year and linked to, where he said, we're going to use the war to save the earth as a way to make humans the enemy so the state can organize and control people, and terror, fake terror. And I saw him at Bilderberg. He came out mad when I was bullhorning him earlier last year. And here he is on Colbert. Now, understand, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I would say the CFR, globalists, here's their documents. They want to set up world government. They're using globalism to bankrupt the U.S. They're going to implode the economy through a banking crisis and bring in a world regulatory banking system, which is now being announced and in the news, not because I'm smart, because I read what they said they do. But that wasn't on the news. And Limbaugh would get on air and say it doesn't exist, and the CFR doesn't even exist. Now they're suddenly all over TV pushing their agenda. Because by acting secret, we were able to expose them. Now they're trying to counter. They know by remaining silent, we really exposed them. And listen to the Colbert Nation. Richard Haass believes this century has the potential for America to cooperate with other countries to make the world safer, says Colbert Nation. Richard N. Haass is president of the Council on Foreign Relations, a position he has held since July 2003. That's in the News in Focus section of Infowars.com. Guys, the headline is CFR boss Richard N. Haass on Colbert. It's a video of it. I don't have that on my computer over here where I can play it, because people are still out there saying CFR doesn't exist right now listening because they hear Limbaugh say it all those years and they can't believe he'd lie to them. It's incredible. And then they go in and basically push world government, just like when they had Vicente Fox on that show, and he said, yeah, we're in North American Union. And people said, oh, that's just a joke. Then he said it on Larry King Live. Then he said it to We Are Change cameras, and it's in our film Truth Rising. You know what? Just go back to Obama. It's up on Infowars and Prison Planet. If people want to watch it, they can. I'll play it tomorrow if I have time. Are our guests here yet? Because I know they're going to be in studio the last hour, and they even put out a press release about it, so they're probably banging on the door or something. Okay, let's go back to we're now going to go back to analyzing Barack Obama that we did in the first hour and a half. So here we go.
Know that you are on the wrong side of history, but that we will extend a hand if you are willing to unclench your fist.
That means to Iran and everybody else, do exactly what the UN says. Let the world government run all your countries, rogue nations, i.e. nations that are under their control, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. We're not saying what these countries are. We're not judging them as the good guys and the globalists the bad guys. They're all pretty much bad guys. The point here is that, you do what we say, and then we'll rule you, or you're going to get it.
To the people of poor nations, we pledge to work alongside you to make your farms flourish and let clean waters flow.
Yeah, that means force in genetically modified foods at the IMF and World Bank and United Nations, World Health Organization, the forced sterilizations, the inoculations, the villagers all over Asia, Africa, Latin America run when the UN trucks come with shots. They pay the local governments to hold them at machine gun point and inject them. The women that have babies spontaneously abort. It's all on record, mainstream news. That's the help that's coming with the food to the third world. We have State Department Memorandum 200. We have the Club of Rome documents. We have the Royal Commission on Population, where the governments of the world admit they're really exterminating these third world populations.
To nourish starved bodies and feed hungry minds. And to those nations like ours that enjoy relative plenty, we say we can no longer afford indifference to the suffering outside our borders.
Now, what that means is doubling and tripling UNICEF and the UN, IMF, and World Bank funding, so more of our tax money going to carry out the eugenics operations in the name of saving the children.
Nor can we consume the world's resources without regard to effect. For the world has changed, and we must change with it.